Elon Musk has just created another single mother, something that we all agree is a growing problem in America. But there's an even bigger problem for those of us that consider ourselves to be Christian conservatives. For years, we've been quick to call out people like Nick Cannon for having multiple kids with multiple women. But when Elon Musk does the exact same thing, he gets applause. But that's not even the main issue. The issue here isn't just about hypocrisy. It's that we've been sold a lie about society's problems, and if we don't recognize it now, then we're gonna keep falling for it over and over again. Alright, so let me give you some context here. Elon was hailed as a hero who was saving humanity. That was until his 13th baby exposed the truth that even his biggest supporters weren't ready for. We already knew that he had massive concerns about the underpopulation crisis that the world is facing right now, and according to him, more children means a brighter future for humanity. And boy, does he practice what he preaches. It seems like he's on a one-man mission to solve this problem and save humanity himself. And although Elon has a lot of fans, this time, things are different. This all started a few weeks ago when out of nowhere, the conservative commentator Ashley St. Clair dropped a bombshell post on Elon's platform X. She said, 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days, it has become clear that the tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. I intend to allow our child to grow in a normal and safe environment. For that reason, I ask that the media honor our child's privacy and refrain from invasive reporting. So, pretty straightforward, right? Well, her motives soon came into question because after posting that, alleged past comments that she posted on social media began to resurface, indicating that she was strategically trying to seduce Elon all along. And over the next couple of days, it only got worse because she made several more posts about how Elon was ghosting her and their new child, and even did an interview revealing that Elon didn't put his name on the birth certificate. And on top of all that, she said that she's even suing him for sole custody. Okay, but here's where things get complicated. After she made that first post, she got a lot of praise from leading conservatives who congratulated her by saying things like, "Congratulations, the world needs more based babies. This child has incredible genetics, and God bless you and your family." Now, to be clear, a new baby is a blessing, no matter what the situation is. But for Christian conservatives to celebrate Elon having his 13th child with another woman, making her a single mother who can't get a hold of her baby daddy, sounds like something that conservatives have long criticized others for. Like even Ashley herself has in several tweets. The same people who say that single motherhood is a crisis are now celebrating a 53-year-old man's 13th child with a 26-year-old woman who says that she can't even get a hold of him. If another man did this, would they be celebrating or condemning? Would they call it a blessing or irresponsible and reckless behavior? I mean, on top of having 13 children by multiple women, including an executive at one of his companies, let's be real about this situation. This man is running multiple million-dollar companies, has contracts with the White House, claims to be one of the top gamers in the world, and seems to spend the rest of his free time in constant Twitter feuds. So does anyone really believe that he has the bandwidth to be a present father to 13 kids? Is it even possible for him to be the type of father that kids generally need to flourish? Because as you can see right here, kids raised in stable marriages are more likely to graduate from college, experience less depression, and stay out of legal trouble. So why then do we cheer for Musk but slam others for the same behavior? Like Nick Cannon, for example. Because when it comes to morality, it seems like that for some people, it's not about what you do, it's about who does it. Now, I think we can all be honest and acknowledge the fact that Nick Cannon is basically a walk-in daycare. We all know the criticism that it gets, but why does Elon get a free pass? Nick Cannon, who aligns more with the Democrats, has fathered 12 children with multiple women. And because of that, he's drawn tons of flack, especially from conservatives who say something like, "You're promoting broken families. You're basically encouraging a fatherless epidemic." Yet, ironically, Nick Cannon, like Elon Musk, also claims that he's helping out with the so-called underpopulation crisis. He even tweeted an agreement with Elon Musk saying, "My brother," in their mutual quest for repopulating the earth. And by the way, to Cannon's credit, at least he doesn't seem to be ghosting his baby mamas and continuously asserts his commitment to being a present father in all of the lives of his children. But the amount of criticism that Cannon gets, compared to the praise that Elon gets for the same actions, is nothing short of a double standard. So the issue seems to be this growing phenomenon today, where we'll champion traditional values in theory, but ignore them in practice if the person claims to be on our side. But there's an even deeper issue today that no one seems to be talking about. Most of us have pinned our hopes on winning the culture war, passing certain laws, supporting certain figures, and defeating the woke left. But if morality could be restored through political victories alone, then we would expect to see some better results by now. As Christians, we believe that God designed the world a certain way, and interestingly, non-Christians also recognize this, even if they don't realize it. Take Elon Musk, for example, when he famously said,
I agree with the principles that Jesus advocated.
I would say I generally agree with the teachings of Christianity.
There's great wisdom in the teachings of Jesus, and I agree with those teachings.
And recently, he's even been tweeting in support of the idea that America needs Christianity to survive. So if Musk really does believe in the Christian values, then why isn't it working? Why is his own family choices contradicting the very values that he says are essential? Now, as a Christian, I have to say that it really is great to see him recognize the value of Christianity, and I want to encourage him to keep going. But with that being said, ultimately, Elon proves why you can't have Christian morality without Christ. The truth is, we all want the benefits of Christian values, like strong families and moral order, but without submitting to the one that designed them, they fall apart. I mean, just look at what's happening with Elon right now. He desperately wants to see the world more populated, but he wants to do it apart from the family structures that God designed. Instead of a stable home with one husband and one wife, Elon believes that his pro-natalist views will fix society's decline. But the data is clear on this. Studies consistently show that children who grow up outside of a traditional family structure tend to suffer. They're more likely to have mental health issues like anxiety and depression, more physical health issues, higher levels of aggression and rule breaking. They're far more likely to end up in prison and have more academic struggles. So Elon may see himself as helping the world, but he's still creating these broken family structures that can't provide what kids need the most. So the point here is this: thinking that we can hijack the values of Christ without being committed to the ways of Christ highlights the one core issue that we all face, leading to things like this.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. These allegations are false.
I was raised with Christian values, but that didn't stop me from wrecking my family.
No matter which political side that you're on, the same moral failings will keep happening. We've seen it over and over. Leaders who claim to stand for family values, integrity, and morality, only to be exposed in scandals, corruption, and hypocrisy. The reason why is because sin doesn't care about politics. It doesn't care if you're conservative or liberal. The issue isn't just who's in power or whose ideology is winning. The real problem is much deeper. The issue is the human heart, and no ideology can fix that. That's the reason why the conservative movement alone will never truly fix the moral decay of our culture. We can fight the culture war, but we can't change human nature. And we can even promote traditional values, but values without transformation will always crumble. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Musk. With all of his intelligence and power and influence, he still can't overcome the same destructive patterns that we all fall into. He sees the value of Christian morality, but ultimately rejects it. He wants to see more family household, but chooses to create fatherless ones. He wants a better future for humanity, but ignores the only foundation that makes a better future possible. And at core, this isn't even about Musk, because it's really about all of us. The real problem isn't just bad policies or bad leaders, it's this. I remember when an atheist once asked me, why, if God can, why doesn't he just destroy all of the world's evil today? And my answer to the atheist at that time was, because then he would have to destroy both of us as well. The problem with the world is deep inside each one of us, a problem that no political ideology can cure. From the very beginning, the Bible shows the same story repeating, men trying to be good only to give in to the evil in their hearts. Whether it was Adam, David, or even the kings of Israel, they couldn't escape this pattern. No matter how hard they tried, they continued to fail God and failed to live up to the standards that God laid out in order for them to live optimal lives. And today, we find ourselves repeating the same destructive pattern. And the Bible is clear, we can't fix ourselves. But a really old prophecy hinted at the one cure for the human heart. It says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. And that's one of the reasons why Jesus came. God promised that he wouldn't just give us better rules to follow. He wouldn't just give us a new political strategy. And he wouldn't tell us to just legislate morality. Instead, he would help us change from the inside out. All of the brokenness that we see, families fractured, children lacking stable father figures, moral outrages from the right and the left, These are all symptoms of deeper spiritual decay. This is why Jesus didn't come to teach us how to be better people. He came to die in our place, because if the problem is our sin, then the solution isn't better behavior. It's forgiveness, it's grace, and it's a completely new heart. And that's why politics won't save us. It's why culture wars won't save us. It's why even conservative values won't save us. Only Christ can save us. Because the real problem isn't just a cultural crisis. The real problem is our sin. And the only real solution is Christ. Now, if this video made you think, please consider liking, sharing, and leaving a comment below. And if you're curious where I personally stand on the political spectrum, then go ahead and check out this video, and I'll see you over there, all right? See you guys next time.